Back in 1995, you thought, I really like Tim Burton, and Joel Schumacher made Lost Boys, which no one realizes is terrible yet, so maybe I can get into this. Bat Bulge, DC Comics.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
Ah, jokey Batman is back, ladies and gentlemen. It's why we flock so hard to the Tim Burton ones, right? Joel Schumacher Dutch angles the shit out of this downtown crime scene. This ain't your big brother's Batman, folks. Harvey Dent is looking considerably whiter than the last time I saw it. I'm fine with not seeing his origin story, even though this entire series shows every villain's transformation except his. I just want to know what happened to Billy D. Williams, man. The director said, Nicole, just make the face you made the first time you saw Tom Cruise's bank account balance.
The second bank of Gotham on the...
Second anniversary of the day I captured him.
How could Two-Face resist?
Two overload.
She specializes in...
Abnormal psychology.
Batman is a dick to people finishing their sentences.
Insightful. Naive, but insightful.
Bat-handed compliments. Two-Face somehow knew this demolition ball would come within 12 inches of him without hurting him.
Blast him!
But the guy is Batman. Do you think this simple shoot the elevator trick has a chance? Whatever happens during a thing and an incident occurs.
Ow! It's a trap!
Oh man, you just made me think of General Akbar, which makes me think of Lando Calrissian, which makes me even sadder that Billy D didn't make it into this movie.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's boiling acid!
I can definitely tell what it is by sight and can narrate it. Also, you could have at least made the acid fall from a different height so that it would be pouring on them right now, instead of below them where you have to wait for the safe to fill up before it does damage.
Hey! That's my hearing aid!
How convenient! If only Two-Face had killed you instead of the other two guys, then this stupid plan would have worked.
My shoes are melting!
You ever watch a movie with a victim you actually hope doesn't make it? Psychiatrist Chase Meridian is among the first police officers on the scene. Wait, she's not a f***ing cop. Gotham is looking considerably more statuesque? Statuephilic, maybe? Than the last time I saw it? Everyone survives this.
Yes, 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 yes!
Two-Face takes an empty dangling chain to mean that Batman is definitely dead. Gotham, a metaphorical stand-in for New York City, is literally turned into New York City. And of course, Statue of Liberty is destroyed. Rip-off Gotham Statue of Liberty's face resembles mine after watching this movie's first 12 minutes. The clutter of this Gotham is insane, but mostly the problem is that it looks fake as shit. Edward Nygma has a serial killer-style Bruce Wayne shrine inside Wayne Enterprises.
Edward Nygma?
My parents knew I would need a Riddler-esque name when I was born, so...
Your name was on the hiring slip. I have it.
Bruce Wayne, for all his genius, does not have particularly good hiring standards.
Chair.
I wonder how many times Bruce has accidentally fallen down the tunnel with this voice command. Geez, if any asshole can use this signal, then surely other assholes could lure Batman to this rooftop and try to ambush him. You know, without concocting a safe full of acid plan.
Last night at the bank, I noticed something about Two-Face. His coin. It's his Achilles heel.
You did not notice Two-Face's f***ing coin. You were all the way down here. Furthermore, his Achilles heel is that he comes up with stupid-ass plans, not the coin flipping.
The bat signal is not a beeper.
Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
Batty call. That just happened in a goddamn Batman movie.
You like strong women. I've done my homework. Or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
Well, being Michelle Pfeiffer helps too.
Women.
That's racist.
Caffeine will kill ya!
Ladies and gentlemen, Riddler Ventura Mask Detective. Everything about how the Schumacher Batmans are shot tell you, we shot this in an abandoned studio after the haunted house tour was over. You remember that movie Ed Wood that I can't remember who directed and that I'm too lazy to go check IMDb for reference? It's kind of like what Tim Burton was telling us about Ed Wood. Movie unintentionally scripts the best scene from Bruce Almighty 8 years ahead of time.
Riddle me this, Fred!
Movie turns actual genius Riddler character into f***ing cartoon of a geek.
You are going up on charges. To court. To jail.
Fred threatens a clearly psychotic person while tied to a chair. Nygma shoves his boss here and then appears shocked and surprised when his boss doesn't go over the edge. My question is, why did he not remove the helmet on his boss that is clearly half the reason his invention works? He's gonna need that. Wait, does Wayne Enterprises also serve as a dam? Where's the water source pumping through Gotham? Instead of killing his boss, Nygma chooses to let gravity decide this.
Surf's up, big kahuna!
Was horribly scarred by underworld kingpin Boss Maroney.
Who, despite lax security, decided to smuggle a bottle of acid instead of a gun into the courtroom. Also, GNN was there covering the case and was able to set up multi-camera coverage of the event to capture all the angles.
Although Batman tried to save him.
You know, because he's also Batman in the middle of the day and shows up regularly to court, he was there. And despite the obvious way Maroney was preparing this attack, Batman was slow as shit.
He was like my father.
Man, you don't realize until you rewatch this thing how egregious the Jim Carrey-ness of it all really is.
This is last night's security log.
How the f*** did Nygma create video footage that does not exist? I understand maybe erasing the footage, but this is some bullshit here, even for this f***ing movie.
If you look at the numbers on my face, you won't find 13 anyplace. The answer is a clock.
Well, clearly you and the Riddler haven't read 1984, Bruce.
Who would send you a riddle?
That, Maggie, is the riddle.
Yeah, because it certainly wasn't that easy clock bullshit. Crisscross will make you wash dry. Stop where you are. Oh man, they dragged the flaming lips into this, didn't they? Good thing Nigma was already obsessed with a specific green question mark costume prior to his transformation into the Riddler. Phew, that's pretty handy actually. Outside of Wayne Manor does not capture video footage of Nigma delivering Riddler letter. Somehow. I don't mean to be a dick, but custom question mark printed mailing envelopes? How is Nigma not busted already? I mean, he obviously went to Kinko's. Obvious sounds of punching a heavy bag come from Chase's office, but Bruce will knock the door down trying to save her, because Batman is terrible at hearing.
Oh, that's a Rorschach, Mr. Wayne. An ink blot. People see what they want.
But it's obviously a bat, so shut your psychology trap.
Tell me, Doctor, do you like the circus?
So this 3-minute scene where Bruce asked questions he already knew the answer to was just so he could ask Chase out. And earlier, Chase wasted everyone's time telling him stuff he already knew to seduce him. Will you guys just go ahead and f*** already? Hey, it's 1995. Has Jurassic Park come out and dazzled with visual and practical effects yet? It has? Let's go the other direction. Fake as possible.
The Flying Graysons!
Oh, good. More origin stories. I was just sitting here thinking, man, this movie is good, but it would be great if there was yet another character in it.
I've met someone.
That's fast work.
Not really. She's Nicole Kidman. I heard Chris O'Donnell spent hours doing close-ups so they could cover up the fact that he couldn't do any of this acrobatic shit in the movie.
That's 200 sticks of TNT.
Which would have been awesome to use against Batman earlier when he was trapped in a safe, but I went with acid. Right, maybe the crowd is loud, but your date right next to you heard that. And on your other side is the gossip columnist, so no. It will then take another 20 seconds for this countdown clock to advance 5 seconds, and another 12 seconds for the f***ing thing to detonate. That was 200 sticks of TNT? Okay. Whatever you say, movie that hates my guts. My stupid, heroic, no-net-flying circus family members are dead after we all helped save the day face.
The circus must be halfway to Metropolis by now.
Wah, wah. It's not a Batman movie if we're not unnecessarily reminded that Bruce's parents were murdered.
Is this a Robin?
Nope, it's a Nightwing, but those things get confused from time to time.
My father said I was his hero. I flew in like a robin.
Robins, of course, being known for their amazing bravery and can-do attitude.
Your father was right. You are a hero. I can tell.
Because of the earring. Now that we've taken care of Robin and why his name is Robin, and we've learned all the Robin things, here's secondary character Batman fighting crime against 2-bit villain Two-Face. By the way, what even got Batman out here? We know he was bat-signaled, but how did he end up getting chased by Two-Face's men in some back alley somewhere? Robin was so important, I guess, it glossed over the reason why Batman was even called in the first place. Sure is sweet Gotham is made of 80% statues and grotesques, because one comes in handy at the top of some random wall at the end of an alley. I don't know why such a decoration would be here, but it seems to work for Batman, and that's what counts. Cars unable to catch up to Batman decide, F it, we'll just run into the wall, then each other, and Batman can outrun a fireball.
Question mark, man?
Nepotism. This is some of the worst fake typing I've ever seen an actor try to get away with.
A side of raw donkey meat.
Raw donkey meat? Man, Batman shouldn't even worry about taking out this asshole. He's dead in a matter of days strictly due to diet.
Why not humiliate him first?
Riddler comes up with an idea to join forces with Two-Face and humiliate Batman. Of course, I thought Edward Nigma's beef was with Bruce Wayne, and he doesn't know Wayne is Batman yet, but excuse to get the two villains together is excuse. Villain team-up scene unintentionally helps f*** up Spider-Man 3. Whoa, 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 he strode in here with nothing but a cane 2 minutes ago. Are you telling me he pre-hid his mind control devices in Harvey's lair so he could pick them up dramatically here? Well, good thing these diametrically opposed Two-Face bimbos both have WB-owned properties on their mind.
This is how I found you. Let me demonstrate.
That doesn't answer the question. You had to set this shit up somewhere to read Two-Face's mind, which means you would have had to know where to find Two-Face in the first place.
Heads, we accept, and tails, we blow your damn head off.
I wonder what it lands on. Oh man, they're gonna keep us in suspense, aren't they? No movie from 1995 dares to show you fast-paced ninja laundry sessions like Batman Forever. That wink is for the film editor.
Another robbery perpetrated by the city's green-suited menace, resulting in millions in diamonds stolen with no sign of Batman.
Yeah, why is that? What the hell has Bruce Wayne been doing the past 2 nights? I'll tell you what, he's at home washing his tights. Also, news media blames Riddler for all these robberies, but apparently no one ever saw Two-Face in the middle of all this shit.
This new criminal's pattern of marking his crimes with puzzles has Gothamites calling him the Riddler.
Wow, they collectively chose for him the same name he picked for himself? That's amazing.
The 8 of us go forth, not back, to protect our king from the foe's attack.
This riddle is so easy it might as well be an instruction in the rules of chess.
The box!
How did this lava lamp blender thing with fins ever get named the box?
It
Edward Nygma's 3D box has become the rage of Gotham.
And no other city, for some reason. Present-day sci-fi could slide this right into their original movie slate, alongside Sharknado and Croctopus, and no one would notice. It takes so long for this door to the Batcave to close, Dick can do all the stunts that killed his family and still make it in time. During an intruder alert, the Batmobile platform still decides to rise and expose the Batmobile, as if it wants to confirm proof of Batman. Dr. Chase Meridian apparently lives inside a giant lung, with a huge mural of an elf with breasts on the wall, because Schumacher.
My dreams are coming to me when I'm awake now.
Those are called memories, Bruce, or flashbacks. Iceman, Maverick will not be pleased at this development.
Actually, he took the car.
Dick was still able to get in the Batmobile and drive it, even with the intruder alert? Worst security ever. Movie will not once try to explain how or why an aerial circus performer is a master of hand-to-hand combat.
It's your fault!
Two-Face blames Batman for being Two-Face. Robin blames Batman for Two-Face killing his family. Hashtag Obama.
Look, Bruce, I'm a part of this whether you like it or not.
And to prove that I'm part of this, I'm now going to run up the steps away from this.
Edward.
Whatever I'm about to say will require the removal of my glasses.
Tell me your secrets.
Movie inadvertently inspires Facebook. Also, Batman's brain is the opening credits of the future Spider-Man. Duo Faciasus Ex Machina.
We're sick of waiting for you to deliver the Batman, dear boy.
Yeah, because delivering the Batman is on a strict timetable that just couldn't wait. Random-ass Two-Face minions are so laughably bad, they should have just shown Batman's entrance and cut straight to the next shot with all of them writhing on the floor. Batman steals the Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark. When you see how far Batman has to jump to get down here, there's no way this asshole sees it. So Two-Face concocted a plan to get Batman to jump into this work area. Amazingly, it works. And what does he decide to do? The motherfucker tries to burn him with flaming gas. This is one of the most inept criminal minds we have ever seen. Batman invented a cape that he should have donated to every fireman in the city. Instead, it's for his own convenient personal use, just this one time, never seen before or since.
Why can't you just die?
Because you're worse than a Bond villain? Batman survives this bullshit. Guy who just bemoaned how Batman never dies is now going to leave without checking to make sure Batman died. Happy music makes me angry, wherever this asshole came from.
Never been in love before, Alfred.
Ooh, burn on Vicky Vale and Selena Kyle. What's so special about Dr. Chase Meridian? Nothing we've seen in this movie so far suggests he's any better than those two previous women. Yeah, I probably should look into this how Chase feels about me situation before trying to learn any more about Two-Face and the Riddler.
And now I have you, and I'm wishing you were somebody else.
Yeah, but why? Didn't the person you know as Bruce Wayne leave you at a party while Two-Face shot the place up? Bruce never returned either, so either you should have already figured this out or your feelings are for a guy who abandons you at the first sign of trouble. Either way, sin for me.
I hope you can understand.
Just to clarify, this girl has broken up with Bruce Wayne because she had a lady boner for Batman, and now she's breaking up with Batman because she has a lady boner for Bruce Wayne. This article on the left is about a penny sales tax, but I'd like to meet this prodigy child who won every award given. Did he win the Oscar? I bet he won the Oscar. Also, this main article about Two-Face robbing Nigmatech is actually about the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents, which is weirdly wrong, but close to the main topic. And the article on the right is the same identical thing.
If you do find Harvey, and then you kill him, what next?
God, I feel like we've been over this territory twice already. We get it already.
Trick or treat!
Bruce's mansion is way out in the outstretches of Gotham. Who the is coming out here for trick-or-treating?
Oh.
Why would Bruce have any roses in his house if he's going to flip out at the mere sight of them falling to the ground, triggering his painful childhood memories?
Your babies.
This Two-Face vehicle approaching reminds me, how did the kids at the door getting candy right now get past the closed iron gate? Security at Wayne Manor continues to be a sore spot, even after an asshole named the Riddler taped a riddle to his gate earlier in the movie. You think you might want to plunk some change into a gate camera, Brucey? Alrighty then. Meanwhile, these kids are walking miles from their homes to trick-or-treat here, with nobody driving them around, and with no adult supervision. This asshole is still flashing back, and she's still worried about the mess she made. We just saw trick-or-treaters come up to the door, get their candy, and leave. How is this still happening?
And then I fell.
Down into what is now known as the Batcave. No one ever knew it was there, despite the giant gaping hole in the ground.
And there, deep in the shadows.
Cave is amazingly well lit for being underground, and while it's dark outside, and while it's raining.
I saw it was coming toward me.
And for whatever reason, there was a giant spotlight shining in my eyes at the time.
I would ensure what happened to me would never happen to anyone else again.
Except Robin in this movie.
Bruce, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, it doesn't matter. Not in the least curious. Just put it inside me.
Twig or tween!
Peephole has major design flaws, but isn't it super lucky they found out Bruce's secret just in time for Halloween? And the house apparently gets a ton of trick-or-treaters? The last time this intruder alert happened, the computers came on by themselves, and the Batmobile arrived like it wanted to spill the beans. Now the Riddler has to turn it on using this bullshit cane thing. And if you want to tell me Alfred was the one who turned on the computers last time, why did he do it after the alarm sounded? Did Two-Face intend to graze Bruce's forehead with this shot? Because that's the most amazing shot ever, if that's the case.
No! Don't
kill him.
God damn it. And Two-Face, who has been nothing but obsessed with killing Batman and knows Bruce Wayne is Batman and is completely exposed, is just going to allow this?
Perhaps 1 and 8 are 18.
18 is R. M-R-E.
How about Mr. E?
Mystery.
It's kind of bullshit how you guys came to this conclusion, especially since you had to figure out that the 1 and the 8 are actually 18. But just being a little observant or having a security camera outside would have solved this Mr. E thing a long time ago. Bat ass.
By sea or by air?
Why not both?
In no world did you hear the question Batman just asked from wherever you are. Also, how did the Riddler miss these things when he was bombing the entire Batcave earlier?
Who's your tailor?
I took the liberty, sir.
What? Are you saying that after Dick ran away from the mansion, you built a suit for him? Because remember, when he left, he took the 1960s clothes with him, and you didn't have any new suit lying around at the time. So you knew he'd be back? You just said...
Master Dick has run away.
Just a couple hours ago.
R. What's that stand for?
A word no one's allowed to use anymore after Tropic Thunder.
Robin.
Oh, right. It's that. It's Robin. These guys went from shooting harpoons trying to kill Robin to just trying to apprehend him, which allows Batman time for his lunacy rescue plan. Also, Batman turned his plane into a submarine just to drive it forward 3 feet and eject himself. Evil guy rubs his hands together to accentuate his evilness cliche.
Holy rusted metal, Batman!
Huh?
Ground, it's all metal, it's full of holes, you know? Holy!
Well, now it's dingy. I mean, dingy. Why did Two-Face even bother to come out here? Batman is the guy he wants. But as if he knows Dick has a hard-on for revenge, he comes out here to fight Robin? The for?
And me. And me.
You might be tempted to blame Tommy Lee Jones's performance on the general camp of the movie, but this is way too f***ing far, even for this movie. He's out Jim Carreying Jim Carrey.
The absolutely fabulous Dr. Chase Meridian. Batman's one and only partner.
You set all this up so that Batman would have to choose to save Chase or Robin. This was your plan all along, ever since you prevented Two-Face from killing him when he had the chance. But you couldn't possibly have known that Robin was Batman's partner, because even Batman didn't know until like 10 minutes ago. You weren't around when Robin saved Batman from that pile of rocks earlier either. So this bullshit plan cannot be.
Not enough time to save them both.
In one scene, movie inspires Spider-Man, The Dark Knight, The Matrix Reloaded, and countless other movies, good and bad, to do the force the hero to choose between saving two things routine.
Wait. I have a riddle for you. For me?
This works.
I see without seeing.
Even if you're concentrating really hard on this riddle, the stuff Batman is doing is way too obvious to ignore.
All those heroics for nothing.
Yeah, well, if you actually had the ability to kill anyone, this might be a decent taunt. As such, it's not. I'd wonder how Harvey got down here so fast, since he was up top with them and they had to basically free fall to get here this fast, but what's the damn point? I understand Batman might come up with the idea to make a replica Two-Face coin to use in some small odds attack against the villain, but why dozens of them? Also, that's murder. Batman knew what would happen when he tossed the coins and then did nothing to try and save Harvey. But whatever, fun campy movie, yo.
Why can't I kill you?
You've tried killing him like one time this movie.
Poor Edward. I had to save them both.
But the only reason you were able to save them both is because of Riddler's stupid designs to have them fall in the same tunnel through two separate holes.
Dr. Burton tells me.
Director of the previous two Batman movies is reduced to a character played by another actor in the third Batman film. And they lived happily ever after. We asked this last time, where is this? Where would they be running that has the bat signal shining horizontally down some tunnel? Nowhere. That's where.
Caffeine will kill ya!
Ever since CinemaSins began, the most requested thing has been TV Sins, and now it's a reality. Click the link in the description below to check it out. And now, the audio outtakes.
Call it. I can't call it for you.
I get a Peter Pan right here off of this stamp, right here.
Killing Two-Face won't take the pain away. It'll make it worse.
The pain away. The pain away. The pain away.
What street is he taking? He's not on a street. He's flying on rooftops.
Like our previous winners, Whitman, Price, and Haddad. You remember them? There they are, and at this very moment, they're basking under the Maui sun.
I've met someone. He's not you.
And I thought if he wanted me, even if it was only for one night, I was ready to give up everything.
So, from this day on,
I'm Spider-Man. No more.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!